Good evening, Joe from Joe's Golden Garage. All you Mercedes aficionados out there that have ever owned a Mercedes with the 722.6 transmission, that's the 5-speed automatic that came out in about, I think it was 98 was the first year, ran to about 2005. And it was in every Mercedes product, including the Sprinter van. I've actually been to the remanufacture plant in Ohio that rebuilds these particular transmissions. It's a company called Detroit Diesel. I think you've probably heard of those. But anyway, I've already got a little problem with the bends, but it's no big deal. I had this problem with my 01, getting a check engine light for code P0715, which is related to a speed sensor. Probably one of these right here on the conductor plate. But I've ordered parts. I've got my new filter. I got a Mercedes dipstick for the transmission because it's sealed for life, supposedly. So, got a dipstick to check my fluids. Got a new conductor plate, and then of course a new gasket for my transmission pan. But what I thought I would do is take you guys for a little short ride. The car, sorry for the darkness, the car's running pretty good. And I've learned how to drive it. It really all depends on how you modulate the throttle. Okay. If you don't step on it too hard, it will not throw the code and it will not get stuck in gear like second or third gear. If you drive too slow, it'll get stuck. So too much throttle is too much and will throw it into limp mode, and too little throttle is too much and we'll throw it into limp mode. So you got to really kind of learn how to drive this thing somewhere in between. It's kind of tricky. And I'm really trying not to drive the car at all, really, until I can take the time to do this service and change out this plate. I paid to have it done on one of my Benzes several years ago, back in 2013. It was about $2,000 to get my mechanic to do it. So I'm going to try it. I've been doing a lot of research, watching a lot of online videos, MercedesSource.com, a couple of other guys that are Mercedes guys on YouTube, seeking their advice, and of course the forums too. I've been a member of peachparts.com since 1999, so that wasn't its name back then. It was called Mercedes Shop, and it was based out of Atlanta, but it has been bought and sold, and I think Pelican Parts Group out of California or something operate and manage the forum, the site now. But anyway, a lot of helpful information there. Lots of how-tos, and if you have a question, there's always someone that's glad to help, and it's been there, done that. So I was just going to try and see if I could even get it to throw the code. Let's see. Seems to be shifting fine. I've got to get down here just a little way. Alright. I'm going to do a fairly aggressive acceleration run. This is my little spot. Let's see what we get. Huh. We're getting flawless shifts. There it is. See? It sticks. I guess I'm stuck in about third. I don't know. That may just be second gear. And it won't upshift anymore. It didn't throw the check engine light that time, but you cannot give a full throttle acceleration. You just can't do it. So now it's stuck in second gear until I put the car in park and turn it off and restart it. And that is probably why this car was traded in. And it's probably why it sold so cheap at auction. But the thing is, the auction I bought it from, you can get in the car and crank it up and put it into gear, but you can't, drive it around and test drive it. So it would have been impossible for anybody to know this was wrong on this car. There were no warning lights, check engine lights, or anything. So, there's no way I would have known if I was there or whatever. But now, yeah, we're taking off in second gear, which, hey, this thing's got so much torque, that's not a problem. But it's not going to shift. No siree. So, I'm going to pull off right up here, right here in this neighborhood, which is on the way to my aunt's house, in case for some reason I have a problem. Okay, that was usually all. There it went. It shifted again. That's usually all you got to do is just pull over, put it in park, turn it off and restart, and it just resets its little brain, and it'll drive perfectly. You just can't do any granny starts. And you can't do a full throttle launch like that because it'll never shift past second. So just wanted to show that little problem firsthand. That's my first big disappointment with this car. I've been tickled pink with how good and how clean and how well it ran and drove. And of course, there's a cheap Mercedes. What do you expect? But I'll get it fixed. Okay, it shifted fine there. That was about 50% throttle. So now we're in fifth gear. We're good. So, if you don't push it more than about 50% throttle, you're pretty safe. And hey, this big old V8 will pull all day. So 50% throttle is plenty. So I've got to order my fluid or find my fluid locally if I can, my transmission fluid. And I'm waiting on another question to be answered from one of my favorite Mercedes-Benz online tech guys. And then I'm going to be tearing into this thing. And it's a hard job to do with just one person, so I doubt I'll be able to video it, but there's lots of videos of people doing this on YouTube, so I will just do a before and kind of after to see, hey, it worked. It better work, because if it doesn't, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to try and sell this thing and get my money back. Anyway, y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all soon.